How do you feel about transgenders in sports? Male to female, male to female transgenders in women's sports.
Now that kind of depends. You feel me? Because I'm gonna be
Huh,
super.
Jamal?
I'm gonna be
Say
super.
that. Say
How
that
do you
again.
feel about male to female transgender women in sports? In
Oh, I
women's
know what you're
sports.
talking about. You're talking about the guy who fucking was pretended to be a woman and lied about it. He didn't
It's
say
a
he was
bunch of
trans.
cases, but yeah,
But there's a main one out there where this
you're talking
guy
about Fallon
fuck. He,
Fox.
tr- I don't know his
It's
name.
Fallon Fox. It's
There's a guy. I heard it on the Joe Rogan podcast. He got the transgender thing done, the procedure or
yeah.
whatever, and then he joined some type of MMA. What are they called? There's like Bellator, there's UFC.
Yeah, yeah, it
Are they?
wasn't Bellator.
They're
It
not
was.
called
It was.
clubs,
You
are
ta-
they? Like a league.
You're talking about Fallon Fox. You're talking about Fallon Fox.
Right. Anyway, so yeah, let me explain just in case people don't know. So he ended up joining an MMA league or something like that, and
And he bashed the woman's
fucking
skull.
destroyed these women when like
He actually
annihilated
broke a
these
woman's
women.
skull.
Yeah, he actually did that, and then they found out that that person used to be a man, and
But
there
they
was a
never
big
disclosed
fucking
it.
conspiracy.
Yeah.
They never disclosed that they used to be a man.
But
So my issue with that is, okay, here's what I gotta say about that. My issue about that is, I don't care if you want to fight women and you're transgender. I don't give a fuck. You want to fight all women? That's fine. Hold on, let me finish. If you want to fight all the fucking women in the world and you want to be the UFC Bellator Women's Champion, that's fucking fine with me. If it's entertaining, fuck, I'll watch it. But your fucking opponent, your opponent has to fucking know who they're fighting.
Agree
their
to
opponent, the women who are fighting this transgender fighter, have to know that they used to be a man or their medical history or whatever. They shouldn't just go into the ring and say, okay, where's my opponent? No, they have to know that this person used to be a man.
Yeah, so here's what the problem with that came, because this person did not disclose that they were previously
Your mic
a
is
man.
cutting in and out. Your mic is cutting in and out.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know. So here's the problem, right? That a lot of people were saying was that this person did not disclose that they were previously a man, and this person was bashing women's skulls in, but literally, yeah, bashing women's skulls in, because he actually
no exaggeration.
He actually fractured a woman's skull, but that's not the only case that's going on right now. So a lot of the pushback that's coming on from the transgender community, or just like the alphabet people. I like to call them the alphabet people.
Like what's the
LGBTQIAP, the alphabet people, because they got like 20 out of the 27 letters in the alphabet. They got like 25. So the alphabet
Dave
people.
Chappelle said that, motherfucker.
I never said he didn't say it, but listen. So the alphabet people. So a lot of the alphabet people and a lot of their surrogates, what they're saying is like, oh yeah, like transgender women should be able to compete against biological women in sports. But it's like, why? Like, you heard about the guy in Australia who he was a man and he was a power lifter, and he was like mediocre. And then one day, the dude's like 35, 36 years old or something like that. One day he decided, yo, I'm a woman, and started competing in the women's what do you call it? In the women's division. And this dude broke like 5 records in one day for powerlifting for women. He just said he never went through therapy. He just said, I'm a woman one day, and went and broke 5 records or something like that.
Are you talking about? I
don't know the dude's name, but
yeah, I know you're talking about. He broke mad records, and then they stripped him of
everything. They stripped him of everything, because they're like, yo, you're not an actual woman, like whatever. Then there was this other one. You know about that?
Angel says that.
You know about the case.
All right, so that comes down to let's just talk about transgender in sports then.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. Yeah, so you heard about the kids with the kids in the high school? So
wrestling?
No, not the wrestling one. The one in high school, they run track, right? And in track, the girls, they're whatever, they're running, and then like there's the two boys, they were mediocre on the males track team. They identified as females. Now they're first and second every time on all the races, and they're breaking the girls' records, and they're taking scholarships away from girls. They're taking legit scholarships away from girls and opportunities because the girls can only hope to come in third and fourth and fifth or whatever. They cannot hope, like, you're not coming in first and second. Those are already the transgenders are taking that position. They're taking those spots.
Okay, here's what I think about transgender in sports. I think, fuck, man, it's hard. Okay, so professional sports.
What do you mean?
There should be professional sports. There should be their own. What's it called? Not subject.
Yeah. So you know what's crazy?
Because they should have women's, men's. Well, I also think I'm gonna get to this because this is kind of a belief I have. They should get women's class, men's class, transgender class, and then a mixed class.
Yeah, but how do you have a transgender class when there's not enough of that in the population to make it something that's going to be shown on
it doesn't look like it now. They're in the news every fucking day.
Yeah, because you know what they
people in the news every day with having to do with sports. They're out there. They're just.
We're not saying that they're not out there. I'm saying.
No, I know. I'm saying, but like, here's the we want to be fair, right? Why not just make a class for transgenders?
Yeah, but so the whole argument that a lot of these trans activists talk about is they say that transgender women are real women. So why are you going to exclude them from competing against women? And because they're women already, like they're just in the wrong body. Like no motherfucker, like you.
Okay.
No matter what, I don't know.
That ain't it. That definitely ain't it.
But that's what they argue for, though.
You're gonna have to ban Max from the chat because this motherfucker's talking.
I don't even know what the fuck is he saying because I'm not.
You're not on Twitch. You're not on Twitch.
I'm on the Facebook one. Yeah, you got the Twitch one.
Okay, so here's what I think. It's so hard because whatever, you're gonna hurt people's feelings, but listen to me. Transgender is not the same. When you're a man who turns into a woman, you're born a woman. Biologically, you have different. Biologically, scientifically, facts, proven studies. This is not, I feel like this, so you can't say no. This has nothing to do with feelings. This has to do with facts.
Science.
And fuck science, yes. If you were born a man and you want to be transgender and you change and you want to be a woman and you change your physiology or whatever it is, and you have a vagina now and you have woman parts, it doesn't matter. You don't have fucking ovaries. You don't have these things that women have. Vice versa, same thing. A woman who wants to become a man, they're not going to have testicles inside the fucking, they're not going to have the same hormones. They're not going to have all this other
actually, they do have hormone pills.
I mean, yes, they can have the fucking,
but it's not the same.
Pills and other, supplements and shit like that.
So here's
it's not the fucking same, man. It's not the fucking same.
So here's the actual truth. It's not. I mean, you can have the hormone pills. You can have whatever.
So if you want,
it comes down to how you developed as a child. When we as humans hit puberty, women, like men, start developing testosterone at a much higher rate than women, right? And then women, they develop estrogen. They do whatever, and so we're built very different. So our bones start growing thicker, bigger. Right. We develop fast muscle fibers like twitch fibers. We have like it's not even comparable about like when it comes to physical prowess of on how men develop versus how women develop, right? So if you're a man that you went, let's say 30 years throughout your whole life, as a man, and now you're a woman, you already developed as a man. You already have all those advantages that a woman never got. Mm-hmm. You already have all that. So if you have all those advantages, just because you take, testosterone cutting pills or whatever, testosterone blockers, is not going to change all the advantage you've already had for 30 years of your life. It's not going to change it. So regardless of what the point is, unless you transitioned since you were a fucking baby, which I think that's child abuse, by the way.
I personally believe the same thing.
I believe it's child abuse for a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old or 4-year-old, even a 7-year-old.
I mean, that's a whole different subject.
Yeah, to tell you, oh, I feel like a fucking transgender, and then you go ahead and put them on fucking pills and shit, or you know, whatever, and then you fucking switch them sex. But unless you started transitioning from when you were a baby, you're gonna always have those advantages, regardless. Another fact, another known fact. You know that in sports, I know at least in basketball and in the NFL, you know women are not banned from competing.
What?
In the NBA and the NFL,
they're not banned from competing. You know why women don't compete in those leagues? Because they're not up to men.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah,
they're not up to. They can compete, but they're not up to men's levels. You're gonna put a fucking 5'4" woman that weighs fucking 150 pounds on a fucking football field to get ran over by a 300-pound guy?
What about kickers in the NFL?
Yeah, they can do anything. They're not banned from it. They just don't do it because they're not physically there like men are. They're not as physically as strong as men.